What's good? It's your boy, the urban legend, K to the Bird, KGUSA representative all day in the building. And today, we're going to be talking about the company named Bandcamp, the audio distribution company named Bandcamp. I know everybody out there should be very familiar with Bandcamp, but if you're not familiar with Bandcamp, I'm about to put you on some free game. Let's get into it. Alright, Bandcamp. Bandcamp is another audio distribution company that they were established in 2007. 2007, co-founded by Odd Post creator Ethan Diamond. Ethan Diamond, that's who started this company. They've been out for a real long time, you know what I mean? And they're located in Oakland, California. Now I believe that the company has transitioned into a different owner called Epic Games. Epic Games took over Bandcamp, I think ever since like 2015. Bandcamp is a little different than most of the places that distribute music nowadays in this era. Bandcamp is a company that specializes in selling your music online, you know what I mean? They specialize in you being able to make your music downloadable and something that you listen to offline. You know, they made your music be able to be sold, you know what I mean? They're kind of like one of the few companies that's left that is actually selling people music. So this company, man, they pay out more than most companies, but it's only based off the way that they sell it. And they sell music, and that's a good thing, but it has a lot of downsides to it, you know, it got a few pros and a lot of cons. The first pro I'm gonna have to say is, man, they're charging 15% off every single thing they do for you. So every single dollar you make off them, they're getting charged 15%. You know what I mean? And number two, they're charging you a 2.9% transaction fee on everything that's ever made through this company. Every dollar that's ever spent, every dollar that's ever made through this company, that's another 2.9 transaction fee. And also with that 2.9, it comes another 1.1% for you just being able to pull the money out. So that's like, damn, altogether, that's pretty much like, damn, 20% of everything coming out. Also, man, they only allow you to have 100 free shares, 100 free downloads. Like, if you wanted to put an album out and you wanted to let people hear it and give it to them first, for, you know, them to be able to listen to it offline, if they ain't got no streaming platform they connected with or any streaming platform they're paying on a monthly basis, you can just damn give out a free download to them. But they only allow 100 free downloads per artist for a whole year, so only 100 you can give out. And if you want to give out more than 100, as soon as you get past that 100 threshold, it's gonna cost you money to distribute the music to people for free. At that point, you have to pay for the downloads piece by piece. So if you give out more than 100, you're gonna be hurting your own self, because you're gonna pay out like $20 just for another 100 to be able to give out. Maybe it might be even more than that right now, but the last time I checked, it was like $20. And to me personally, man, that's not really a good thing. You know what I mean? I don't think that any platform should be charging you to give out your music for a free download, or however you want to give it out. If you want to give your music out for free, no matter what company is damn hosting your music, you know, showcasing your music or whatever the case may be, you should not have to do that. You should not have to pay for the downloads. Especially right now where all these different competitors distributing music 100% free. See, when Bandcamp first came out, like in 2007, when they first was established, like, they were real cool. A lot of people was messing with them because of the simple fact that they could actually sell music. And most artists at that time in the game did not want to give their music out for just free, especially if the artist had a buzz. I mean, even right now, most artists don't want to give their music out for free. How the game is set up right now, when you just put it on streaming platforms and make their money off streams, most artists want to get paid, you know what I mean, per release. Like Kanye West, I think he released a project, and he is putting it out through his website, strictly through his. Daylight, he did the same thing. There's a lot of other artists that did the same thing. Eric Sermon, a lot of artists that major, independent, old or new, they've been doing that. They've been distributing their music the way they want to. They don't want to just have it on all the streaming sites for free no more, you know what I mean? That's also Snoop Dogg, like, doing that shit now. Like, yeah, Snoop took all his music, well, not all his music, but some of his music off a lot of the major streaming platforms because he want to distribute his shit through the metaverse. And I feel like artists want to do that to keep control. So keep control and, you know what I mean, make sure they get the bang for their buck, making sure they're getting everything that they're worth. So it's not a bad idea. But when this company Bandcamp first started, a lot of other places, a lot of other companies didn't exist, like TuneCore and DistroKid. CD Baby was out back then, but a lot of other companies didn't exist, and a lot of other companies changed their business plan and their format. But Bandcamp stayed till, you know, they stayed to their roots. They sell music. That's why, like, if you go to the website, the first thing you're going to see is they probably made like $900 million or some shit like that over a span of 3 years, because like they're the only place that was actually selling music. So Bandcamp, if you want to sell your music there, if you got a certain amount of fan base, if you got people that you know that gonna follow you, that want to support you, and they want to get your music, and they don't want to mess with streaming platforms. They don't have a Spotify, they don't have a Tidal, and they want to listen to your music in their car offline. Bandcamp is a good place to use. But just like I mentioned before in the beginning of this video, they got a lot of taxation, a lot of taxes, you know what I mean? They taxing like Uncle Sam, man. They fucking taxing a lot. But I guess they feel like they want one of the places out there that's still selling, you know, music. Also with Bandcamp, man, you can get your shit printed out, like the vinyl. You can get your vinyl record made. You can get physical copies of your CD made, but you know, every sale gonna still come with tax, and everything I just mentioned gonna come with tax. Everything that they do for you gonna come with 15%. So 15% plus the 2.9 for transactions, and plus the 1.1 for just the money coming to you. If you got PayPal, or I think they use Payoneer, or whatever one they're using to distribute your funds, it's a lot of tax with it. So, in my personal opinion, man, Bandcamp, they already had their wave, you know what I mean? They had a wave when a lot of artists was messing with Bandcamp, you know what I mean? Based off the fact that they selling music, you know what I mean? They don't give out music for free, and they're selling it downloadable, you know what I mean? They're making all their music for download, and which is something that's not heavily focused on in this era right now, but it still kind of is, because if you think about it, a lot of people still mess with SoundCloud based off that reason, you know what I mean? A lot of young people and old people mess with SoundCloud off the fact that they can then get the music offline. They don't have to be connected to a platform to be able to stream this music. Another thing about Bandcamp, man, with the first plan that they offer, you know what I mean, they don't give you no information about the sales, no information about who bought it, where it came from, what's their location, what's their social media, anything like that. So, but you can do an upgrade to your account for another $20 a month, and then you get access to knowing where the downloads and where the purchases came from. But even though they're telling you where it came from, they're not telling you the genre, the gender, you know what I mean, what's the person's name, what's their page name, what playlist name they added it on. They don't tell you none of that information. They just tell you like the location and, you know what I mean, the region and the time frame and when it happened, from whenever you put your release out there to when it got bought. But I feel like for the upgrade that they're selling, they're not providing enough information. You know what I mean? Because every other platform out there right now providing a lot more information than that. CD Baby telling you the location, the person, and the age. Like, they ain't telling you the person like real government name, but they're telling you the person like social media page or whatever their playlist page is called. And they're telling you the location, they're telling you the gender, and they're telling you the age. So that kind of gives you more a way to break down your demographic to see like who the people that you listening to your music, like who's your fans, who's your core base. And that's very important for an independent artist. Like a mainstream artist that got the machine behind them, that might don't be that important because they got a lot of different ways to be able to collect that data. But as independent artists like myself, man, we need all the data that we can find. You know what I mean? We got to keep the ball rolling on ourselves, so we got to know, you know what I mean, where we throwing it at. You know what I mean? We got to know what field we playing in. You know what I mean? What our pot look like. You know what I mean? What the field look like. What our brand going into. What kind of audience we then trying to attract. What kind of audience we market into. So, to an independent artist, man, Bandcamp got to step their game up as far as the information goes, because the information has always been the key for independent artists. You know what I mean? Even back in the day when niggas been selling them hand to hand out the trunk, a lot of them niggas that was independent artists had ledgers, man, and in those ledgers they had all the contact information, phone numbers, cell phone numbers, the business name, the address to a lot of these markets, and that's how they built their shit. That's how the independent artists in the South, like Texas, Atlanta, and Memphis, a lot of places like that, that's how they built their brand off selling independent music, by knowing who is their fans, knowing what's their market, and knowing how to attack that market. So information has always been the key when it comes to music. So all in all, man, Bandcamp, they had a wave, they're a straight company, but